What is going on, everyone?
Hey, what's going on? Almost first. Hey Ryan, since you're a mixed games guy, have you seen that Elielezra thread where he had an open question about his new book, and uh, a couple people, including like Cole South, uh, called him out. Yeah, pretty crazy. Although as a poker player, you know that people are gonna try and borrow money from you, or people are gonna lend money, especially in the higher stakes community. I don't know if you ever had to deal with it. I do still play. I haven't played in about a month though, so I play with Ashley, but that's not real competition. But yeah, James, that sounds good. Message me about some seeds. I'll be up later for sure. Yeah, Pearl Jammer is quite the character. So all right, guys, I'm back. Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't Paul Volpe that was owed money, so that was in the Deuce of Seven or Seven Card Stud. I don't really I don't really I mean, people that get stuck for a lot of money at the casino, I don't really like try and take people down. It's whoever I get into you get into a hand with, sort of thing. Ryan can kind of explain. There's some weaker players at the table, and you can target them because it'll be easier to play against them. But when it comes to right on time, I tried. I just had a lot of stuff going on. Couldn't get a hold of my dad. He's in Vermont, and he was driving to the snow, and want to make sure he was okay. And my sister showed up at my mom's place, so we were there a little bit longer than I expected. So, um, but yeah. Oh man, I didn't see that. I didn't go on Messenger. I'm sorry about that. I'll definitely check it out, and you can message me. I mean, I'll message you back on Messenger if that helps. Oh, I mean, if you're playing poker, I mean, the best thing, even professional, like the best professional poker players will tell you that, the best people to play against are going to be weaker players. And I mean, yeah, everyone wants a challenge, but if you're playing in a cash game or a tournament, it's about what kind of seat you're at. It's about your table choice or table draw. you know, depending on whether you're in a tournament or a cash game. So sometimes you don't get much of an option. Like Ryan and I play more non-Texas Hold'em, so when there's less games going, you have less table selection, especially at higher stakes. So if you're playing like the highest limit that they offer at the casino, there might only be like one table running. Usually, it's only one running, and so I did make it on time. Yeah, those palms in in Ontario, like that's definitely an accomplishment. I mean, anyone in Florida that lives in the zone that they live in, that's trying something out, like it's a lot easier than keeping things alive over the winter. 5-6 months of checking on plants, checking for rot, stuff like that sort of thing. So I do play Texas Hold'em. I'll play 1-3 or 3 or 2-5 Texas Hold'em. I don't usually play anything higher than that because I'm not as good of a Hold'em player than I am an Omaha player. I usually play pot limit Omaha, so it's essentially Texas Hold'em with 4 cards. And instead of using one or 2 cards, you have to use exact. What is this? This guy's backing up in the front, and it's a cop too. Real nice. Yeah, I know some Sagres palms that don't get over 6 feet. I have a couple. Well, I had some seed. I have a couple of seedlings of Sagres Lorenzoriorum. Yeah, it is worth it in the summertime, I agree. There's some palms that I gotta keep. I mean, my main problem is keeping them watered when it's dry out. But that's, I don't have any queen seeds. Like, I mean, I could probably pick some off the ground in my front yard. Yeah, this is pretty normal actually in Florida. The cops just like to pull people over. That was the Sarasota sheriff, but they have jurisdiction over the actual cops. But the cops are really there to just, enforce speed limits. It's really just a revenue thing. Minimum temperature for a queen is probably, I see them start to burn around 22, 23. They come back from it. It got kind of chilly. It's 54 now. It's 62 when I was here. I kind of walked in. When I got there in Venice, it was definitely colder than I had expected. So. Yeah, they should be okay if you keep them, put a little. There's a lot of queens that don't get much. A lot of Sagres that don't get over 3 or 4 feet tall. They just take a long time to get there. Jeff, about poker. Yeah, I mean, if you play poker for like micro stakes, meaning like 1 cent, 2 cent, or 2 cent, 5 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent even, you can definitely improve your game, because the people who play online at like 5 cent, 10 cent are probably players that are are going to win at much higher levels in person. It's called live versus online, and a guy who plays 5 cent, 10 cent Texas Hold'em and can win at that stake probably is a winning player at 1-2. So, which is the low stake they usually offer at a casino. Hey Sean, what's going on? Drinking a beer. 9 feet tall and 6 gallon pots. Jeez. I guess they're probably not getting full sun all the time, so they're probably have a little bit longer leaflets. So. Yeah, it's more like a hanging out at the bar sort of thing, talk about everything. But it focuses on palms. -18. Hey, Chris, what's going on? Oh, one thing I've learned from doing vlogs is that your mouth gets dry very easily from being the main talker. Yeah, I think it's from Northern Australia. It could be from Southeast Asia, but what's it called? I know I got the seeds from Australia from a friend, like I said, around 2009. Excelsior water. Pre-cal is hard. Yeah, I remember taking pre-calculus. Is that college? Oh, you're still in high school? Yeah, I think I took pre-calculus, and I'm not trying to, what's it called, brag. I took it in 9th grade, new semester. Yeah, the traffic lights here, this is all, you can see the construction. There's half the speed limit signs are up, and yet they'll still pull you over, even though really you have to, like, when you get a speeding ticket, you really have to, you're just considered guilty. I was one time where I got a speeding ticket for when I first met Ashley in front of I'm sorry, not a speeding ticket. I got a stop sign. The guy said I blew the stop sign in front of the hospital to get to the ER, and I know that I stopped and started again, but he was sitting there. He gave me a ticket. I told him this was ridiculous, and then literally as I dropped her off and I was leaving, he had someone else pulled over. There's no way that two people blew that stop sign in 15 minutes. So otherwise I have, my driving records. Anyway. I'm gonna have to stop the stream a little bit earlier than I normally do because I have to go somewhere, and then I gotta make a phone call. Oh yeah, nice. Well, I'm glad that you guys are getting into Palms early. Yeah, I mean, I've had friends that are cops. I've had NYPD. I have a lot of respect for most of them. It seems like there's a disproportionate of really, like, cops that are disconnected from the reality of life here, and they don't care about their community. They care about meeting quotas, and it's just unfortunate. And I've been pulled over, I don't know, 4 times in Cape Coral. Each time was like really petty. or uncalled for, like my tint. I got pulled over for apparently like going too fast in a school zone. So, okay. I think that High Forbe Americalis is just a palm that's going to have hopefully survive somehow through maybe tissue culture, but it's it's one of those things that just is a lonely palm. It's the last one. I was told that the bird that used to eat the seed that would pass it through its intestinal system and allow it to germinate is extinct. That's why the seed won't germinate. Yeah, sorry about that. So, my phone is kind of blowing up. Sable palmettos actually grow better in the sun. They look a little bit like greener in the shade, but I mean, they can save the plant. The plant. I don't know that right now. They just don't know how to reproduce it. But I imagine the technology will be there to reproduce it through tissue culture. So, but yeah, the Ellie conversation. Cole South basically, called Ellie out on 2+2, and he was like, yeah, Ellie's owed me $100,000, and he's owed me that for like 7 years, and I guess he paid like 60 grand of it, and Ellie I guess he said he took a hit in the the economy, but I mean, really, no, he had nothing to actually say. I'm surprised. Ellie was a Israeli lieutenant in army. He was a lieutenant in the IDF, Israeli Defense Force, which is pretty. It's not an easy thing. It's pretty elite group of people, and for him to kind of like be this like shady back, kind of like. I'm not saying that he is. I just think, the Ellie that we know may not be the Ellie that's, real. So, yeah, I don't know if Abe Mosseri's owed that kind of money, but I'll tell you this: Abe Mosseri's a person I would never play any mixed game with. Abe actually calls Longboat Key home, which is just next to Sarasota. Yeah. I think that Abe is actually really owed that money. I don't think Abe would make that up. Yeah, Abe is like the best poker player that no one knows about, and I mean, as far as and probably the number one underground mixed games player that no one knows of. He'll show up to some of the tournaments, but like, there's those people you just don't know. Yeah, Brian, they do grow vertically. I've seen them 25 feet tall before. I've also seen them about 30 feet overall, but they run along the ground. They're procumbent for about 10 feet or so. Yeah, I'd love to hit up Bobby's room. Do you ever watch that vlog? That girl Marl, whatever her name is. She's quite annoying. I don't know. I don't find her that interesting. I think that I think that she's a little bit overrated. I think that uh, she got a lot of hype because she is a professional female poker player that's attractive, that plays 2.5 or 5'10", but she's like kind of got one on this like tangent about like you know Justin Bonomo, and it just kind of went downhill from there. Um, I couldn't really watch it anymore. I actually have posted a few times in her vlogs like, please stop making unwatchable videos. I won't ever troll anybody, but I will tell people exactly how I feel about their video. Yeah, I know Wino and Novocaine. I watched them on Live at the Bike. But so yeah, Sable Miner does not really. This grows an unclear trunk as well as Etonian. Neither of them actually get any actual clear woody trunk. They'll just have the hatching on it. If they do, they might be ancient, but it would not be in our lifetime. Same with Miamiensis. Yeah, have you seen wow, 30-foot Washingtonian in Charleston, that's crazy. Same thing, but Mexican fan palms robusta and the California fans folifera. So um all right guys, I gotta make one last phone call to Ashley. I'm sorry about this, but I just gotta. All right. I'm back. Can you guys hear me when I'm on the phone or anything like that, or does it just pause? They're going to get longer petioles and full shade. Almost all plants palms will be that way, because they're stretching for sun. Yeah, stretching for sun. So I've had some pretty intense phone calls in the past half an hour. Normally I wouldn't take phone calls during, but is it paused right now? 36. Wow, that's like 100 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. Okay, so it's not paused now. Oh, it's 95. Yeah, it's pretty rough. It rarely gets that hot in here. It will once in a while. I've seen it get to 96 before. Sean, where are you? Charleston. Okay, yeah. Best thing about living on the coast is that you rarely get like brutal cold, even if you have or brutal heat. Even in the hottest and coldest months, it's pretty mild. We can learn a lot from our ancestors by where they lived before modern technology came around. Any of the old Florida cities were built there for a reason. It's trash pandas. seen it 118 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that would be a record for Tennessee. Maybe it's going pretty well. Had to make a few phone calls. Driving through Punta Gorda. I had someone from Cape Coral actually. It is 53 where I am right now. It's kind of chilly. I wasn't expecting to be this cold, but we are in a cooler area of town. Oh, Laredo, yeah. That's high even for Laredo. The low is supposed to be 50, and then we're supposed to get up to 72 tomorrow. So 48 in Clearwater. Yeah, the one thing about the Pinellas County is it'll stay mild, but then after a while, when it stays cool for a long time, Tampa Bay won't help, like, you know, warm the area up, and it actually will get cold there. So that happened in 2010, actually. Yeah. Sounds about right. A lot of entities were lost in 2010. I didn't have any in my house. My Carpentarias were like I grew them from like a 1 gallon, and they were like 12 feet tall in 3 years, and then they died. So, 25 in Fanger. I bet you it warms up by the time I get to Cape Coral, though. This is a pretty cool area. It's out by the interstate. That's the last exit to the interstate before North Fort Myers. So it'll say how many miles it is to Fort Myers. 17 miles. You know, I know how cold it can be in New Hampshire. My family's from there. Yeah, it's never fun to take chances. All it takes is one cold snap to really, you know, cause bud rot or defoliation. Hey man, something is better than nothing, you know. In Charleston, yeah, there's some really cold hardy palms that can grow in Charleston. You should try some of the Camaderias. Should probably do a video on that. Sorry, my voice is kind of gone from my telephone call. Sable Tennesseensis, what's that? You never know. Maybe there's some little patch of Sable minor that grows just over the border from Alabama or something. I mean, I didn't know it grew that far north in Alabama to begin with. No, I knew you made that up. Either that or I was on the verge of a new discovery. So it was kind of a win-win situation. Yeah. 22 is not bad for Atlanta, though. I mean, that's definitely... What's the coldest it's been in your area? And I know you live there in the northeast suburbs. What's the coldest you guys have seen so far this year? Yeah, there actually was a cold, there was a pretty bad cold snap. It got down to just near 32 in Cape Coral last year. It was kind of unexpected. They forecasted 34, 21. That's, I mean, considering you're halfway through the winter now, almost, that's not bad. That's a zone 9 climate. So, and And that putia can, I mean, if it has any size to it, can take probably another 5 degrees of that without any damage. Then again, I'm not an expert on cold damage for, subtropical stuff. Really, in Savannah, Tennessee, that's actually kind of cool to know. I'm gonna look that up on a map. I know there's so many people, you can get so many stable minor seeds that, just throwing them around isn't, no big deal. My friend will plant Florida natives in Florida, but places that are not native, but it's still, I mean, it doesn't hurt he'll find like beaches and put some coconuts up, or Cocothrinax argentata. This is up near Anna Maria Island. So, and they do fine there. Anna Maria is a very mild area. It's kind of chilly. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, they definitely take a little bit longer to grow back in Charleston, especially because it takes a little bit longer to warm back up for the summer when they really put out most of their fronds. Tennessee River Port Town, okay. So they probably grow right along the river there, or the lake, whatever. Right. Sorry, guys, I keep on clicking on and off. I hope you guys can. Oh well.